Give you the cue.
All right.
Then we'll crack them. I'll crack them in the mic. I'll crack
Oh
them
yeah,
right here.
we gotta do it. Yeah, we did it.
All right. So
Crack 'em in the mic.
totally gonna be awesome. Here we go.
Ready?
On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Kind of worked.
Champ.
Yeah, I'm a little on the wild side. You might say I'm that guy. Waking up in the morning and you feeling like the bottom of the last night. But you know I hold my head high, 'cause it ain't nothing but a short ride. With a burnt mixtape, Craig and Hank, when we pull up at the shoreline, I'll probably show up drunk, with my shirt undone, drink in my hand, not giving a damn, chasing that summer sun, probably bomb a smoke, try to hold my own, yeah, ask me tomorrow when I won't remember what I've done, I'll probably show up drunk. Catch me looking on the bright side.
It always makes it look like it's me that does that.
But I flip a little switch.
Because when there's more than one person talking, it focuses on me. So if there's music and a belch, it looks like Billups did it.
Bro, that's how life is. If there's more than one person talking in our group, they usually just look at Anthony.
They just
Probably
assume that I did it. Yo, welcome to Woody and the Big Head. Episode 3. We are blowing up out there. If you haven't noticed, today's show is going to be great. We have the one and the only, the pride of just the other side of Jacksonville, but kind of St. Augustine, Florida. Mr. Show Up Drunk himself, Ryan Nelson.
What's
He
up?
done showed up drunk.
You know it.
Yeah.
Thanks to Jim.
Well, after that, big Jags W, and we had to have him in here. He's Ryan Nelson. We also have Troy Woods, a.k.a. Woody.
What up, y'all?
My name's Anthony Billups, and for these purposes, you can call me the Big Head.
Oh,
We are Woody and the Big Head. This podcast is blowing up. Just a few days ago, we only had 78 followers on Instagram.
78.
And then out of nowhere, we're up to like 3,200. Yowzers.
We're in, bro. We're in.
Totally not because we got a message saying we should share it on a particular Instagram account. And I was like, yeah, we'll share it on that account.
Cool.
They're like, give me $35 and I'll share it twice and post it once. I'm like, all right, I'll give you $17.50 for the first share.
This isn't a group
And then,
chat, by the
and
way.
then once you share it, I'll give you the second $17.50. And I thought it was just they had so many followers that they did the math. They promised 500 to 800 followers. And I was like, all right, well, that seems worth it. They're just going to share it on their account that clearly has so many followers. Gave them the $17.50. They shared it, and I was like, all right, came through. Here's the next $17.50. And then a few hours later, I'm like, damn, dude, we only got 6 followers from this. I think I got swindled. And then the next day, I'm in an elevator painting. For those of you who don't know, I paint. In this particular case, I was in an elevator, and my phone was like,
Same.
and I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting a lot of, and so I'm old enough now, I'm like, wow, there's something going on.
Yeah, something's happening.
You know, it's like something terrible. I'm like, oh my God, did somebody die? Did another bomb go off in downtown? Why am I getting blown up like this?
What's happening?
And then I go to get my phone and I look at it and my wife's calling me. I'm like, oh man, somebody totally died. And so I answer and she's like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. Why am I blowing up? She's like, something's going on with Instagram. Now we have 3,200 followers.
Yeah, bro. We are
Lots of scantily clad men and women are following us on Instagram, so y'all go.
Yeah, bro.
Make sure you do the same thing at Woody_Bighead. You know,
A lot of them are Ryan, pictures of Ryan in Jags jerseys.
so many Ryan Nelson pictures going on.
Dude, what in the world of Keenan McCardell is going on in Jacksonville?
So this is going to be a really exciting show. We're going to talk about our teams, the Bucks and Chiefs.
Yeah.
Of course, Ryan Nelson's Jaguars. The Titans get off the schneid. We try to think of what undefeated teams are actually good. And we pick a football team full of musicians. So let's just start off, since we have a guest. Let's get into the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ryan Nelson, how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's
Can't
not a
tell.
bad day.
Can't tell him nothing.
Jags
Wait till I get my money, right?
Jags are winning the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Put it in.
Clearly.
Put it in. Hey, throw the Lombardi in that pool you got in one end of the end zone. Let's go. Is that still there, the pool?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The pools are hanging.
Oh, it's bad.
We're getting there.
Dude, we said it. We can play it back, and we said it that you were talking about Dougie P. Man, he is changing the culture in Jacksonville. Talk on it, babe.
It's awesome. I've liked Doug Peterson since the Eagles days. I watched him there, and that team was awesome. And I thought the Jags defense was the best in the league. And if it wasn't our defense that year, it was theirs. And he came in with a backup quarterback and beat Tom Brady. It was like, It was unbelievable. And even before that win, like, he was clearly super good. So I was a big fan of Doug. He's from the Andy Reid tree. The guy knows how to call an offense.
Yeah, bro.
Dougie P.
And you know, he's doing exactly that with the Jags. Trevor looked kind of, he had his flashes last year, but he looked bad overall. I think everyone feels like he was a letdown last year. And then you get Doug in there, who actually knows how to call an offense. He's a real football coach. And you bring some talent in. Zay Jones. Shout out to Zay, 10 receptions yesterday.
Nice, dude.
Christian
Jose.
Jose, dude, there's a thing about coaches like Doug Peterson. They bring a calm that you can see on TV. You don't have to be at the game. You can see it on TV. You bring a calm about a quarterback.
Totally.
It seems to have calmed Trevor. Seems to have calmed Trevor down, and he just looks like he's kind of comfortable again.
He looked calm yesterday. That was the most shocking thing.
He knows that his coach isn't going to kick the kicker. And he knows, like it's kind of like he looked like he was back in Clemson. He looked comfortable.
And I mean, having ETN back there doesn't hurt in that regard.
Yep.
ETN's been doing great.
Yeah, baby.
He hasn't been getting the touches that James Robinson's been getting, but every time he touches the ball,
he'll get there.
Yeah,
and I think that
yards.
ETN is an elite pass catcher as well, right? Good out of the backfield. Like, they can use him as a third down back if he's not one in first and second down. You know, dude. I would love to see it. Like, I want to call it. I'm hesitant, but I love right now. Come on, Jags for AFC, representing AFC division winner.
Look,
AFC South.
I definitely picked the Jags to finish not last, and right now they're
That's right.
Feeding into it. But here's the thing, man. I think it always sounds like coach speak, right?
Oh.
It always sounds a little bit like, it's just something that people say, but the old changing the culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And who knew that kicking the kicker would really be such a bad culture thing? But here's the thing, man. Doug Peterson, he's been great at every stage as a backup quarterback. And then becoming a starter there in spurts, and then becoming a coach. I know he's a great offensive coordinator for us. Went over to Philly, and you know how Philly will do. They'll just boot you out of there. And after winning the Super Bowl. But anyway, he's doing great, man. I'm really excited for the Jags. How can you hate the Jags, man?
You can't.
How can you hate the Jags?
We're the underdog of underdog. Maybe the Browns, us and the Browns, and the Lions.
The Browns are fairly hateable.
I was rooting for the Lions. My buddy who I was playing, we're playing a gig, right? We're playing an acoustic gig, and I look up, and he just out of nowhere goes, "What is going on?" Because they had just given up, and he's a Vikings fan, Minnesota boy. He's from, I think like Watertown, Minnesota. He's a Minnesota boy through and through, and he's watching this game, and he jumped out of his chair, almost dropped his guitar when they won that game. But yeah, man, you want to pull for teams like the Lions and the Browns and the Jags who've had years and years of misery. Man, that 2017 team, right? Those
Yeah,
Stags,
2017.
yeah.
Yep.
Where Jalen Ramsey's running all over the field talking crap to Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's like, calm down, child. Calm down. Child, please.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we ever, as Jags fans, thought we would get back to that.
Right.
Anywhere close, maybe even. Because, I mean, that was a historically good defense.
Right, and the dismantling of that team afterwards as far as contracts and crap goes.
It was sad, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like looking at our amazing team that had just done so much when we didn't even expect them to. And then they're just, every year for 2-3 years straight was losing these like all pro dudes that were a huge part of us doing that. So to now, I mean, it's been 5 years, but that's in this, when you look at contracts, it's not that long. It's one contract period
Cycle, yeah.
removed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And to be kind of, I wouldn't say back there because that was a crazy team, but this offense is definitely better.
Yeah.
Than the Blake Bortles offense.
Oh, absolutely. Well, like you have faith that like if you're in a 10-7 game, that if you guys can get your guys back on the field, that you've got some power to get down the field and make something happen. Because before it was like, man, it was like I hope nobody covers and Blake Bortles runs for like 20 yards and you get into field goal range to tie it. It was like It was like that back in the day. But yeah, man, the Calais Campbells and people like that who really made that team go, to watch that team just dissipate was not fun.
It was messed up, and I will say the coolest thing, even like the offense being good is cool. Having a lot of weapons where you don't know who's getting the ball, that's cool. I can't remember the last time we had that.
Yeah.
It's probably never happened.
The 95, like the Keenan, the Jimmy,
Mark Brunell, yeah.
Yeah, that team was like freaky good on offense. We haven't had a freaky good offense since then. It's been 20 plus years.
Yeah.
So to see the offense be good is really, really cool.
Yeah.
But also with the dismantling of that 2017 team, to see the defense be like leading the league in a bunch of different categories, we're back on defense too, and then finally an offense is there to be with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, here you go. We're 3 weeks in. It's definitely overreaction Monday, but hey, here's the thing. I hope the Jags are good.
Jags are in the playoffs.
Yeah, there you go.
Super Bowl.
As we posed, if we ever get back to those, the archives there, is the AFC South the worst division in the history of sports? But at the same time, the Titans get off the schneid, get rid of those Raiders, whatever. It's like, I'm glad they won. I hate the Raiders. Wish my Chiefs would have done their part against the Colts.
Wow.
Yowzers.
They didn't see that coming.
Come on, man. Here's the thing, and I want to talk about it a little bit. And we talked enough about the Jags. I don't want to kill everybody too much with my Chiefs talk. Here's the thing, man, is that I listen to sports talk a lot, and everybody is kind of like they're relishing in this fact that the Colts beat the Chiefs and the Chiefs are no good. Dude, anybody that watched that game, first off, any Kansas City Chiefs fan over the last 30 years knew that we were not going to win that game. They say there are no trap games in the NFL. Horseshit. The Colts had lost twice. They started off 0-2, extra motivated. We're coming in there. Patrick Mahomes never played at Lucas Oil. Apparently, Sky Moore, he definitely had never played there. So the game started off, we hold them to 3 and out. We muff a punt. They get the ball at the 5. So we give them 7 points.
5.
They got it at the 5. Give them 7 points. They score a touchdown there.
Wow.
We missed a field goal. Our field goal kicker is
hurt.
He's hurt. Missed a field goal. Missed an extra point. We tried to fake a field goal later. We drop a touchdown pass. Still had a chance to win at the end. And then Chris Jones, who I love, man. I think he's one of the best defenders,
Animal.
in the league, and he's so great. He gets up into Matt Ryan's face. Okay, it's 3rd and 7. 5 minutes left to go in the game. Nick Bolton, I believe it's who it was.
Was that 3rd down that he sacked?
Yeah, sacked him for
So
an
it was
8-yard loss.
going to be fourth down.
It was going to be 4th and
Yeah.
15 from their own
Oh,
30. 5 minutes
Dang.
left. We get the ball back. Probably going to ice it. Probably
Right.
going to ice Matty Ice.
Right.
But Chris Jones gets up in Matty Ice's face and says something.
Yeah.
Who knows what he said?
Yeah. Bad enough that a ref threw a flag.
Who knows what he said? They asked Chris Jones. He's like, I don't remember. But my question is, what can he say in that situation that warrants a personal foul, a 15-yard penalty with 5 minutes left? He gets it. They get the ball back. They keep the ball, and they run down. They score. And we have a chance to get back in it there at the end, and we lose, and everybody's talking about how terrible we are when really the Chiefs lost that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Colts, look, man, the Colts are a proud franchise. We went in there and lost, and man, what a terrible look here. Chris Jones, whatever it is, and I would have been more pissed off about it, but in his post-game interviews, he was like, look, it's all on me. I should have never done that. And he accepted responsibility. Also in there somewhere, Travis Kelce dropped a touchdown pass.
Yeah.
He should have caught, hit him in the bad place, the hands.
Yeah.
And that's unlike Travis Kelce. So I'm just going to chalk that up to, any given Sunday.
Early game, any given Sunday, kicker out, and then you talk crap to the quarterback right next to the ref. It was uncharacteristic, and that's what's good, Like the silver lining for Chiefs fans is to know that, well, it's kind of a double-edged sword because that's not the way your team plays, but the fact that your team goes on the road, doesn't quite wake up quick enough, and that happens, you're like, all right, that can't happen. That can't happen in Tampa.
Well, you know why we lost?
Right.
Because my lucky hat was at my studio.
Oh,
my lucky hat. It was like it's so crazy. I ride with my team, right? So my lucky hat, I forgot it. So I was wearing the wrong hat. I kind of burnt the ribs a little bit. I wasn't really attentive too much to the wings. Like every now and then you're going to have an off Sunday,
That's right. That's right.
Kind of like the Bucks. How about your Bucks?
Oh man, let's just play it out here. Aaron Rodgers, which by the way, our defense played a damn good game because Aaron Rodgers is out there trying to call no huddle, like pulling his best Lane Kiffin out there, trying to get them lined up to get us offsides. He was just trying to roll. He was kind of on all cylinders. And our defense kind of stood up and just showed how thick their neck was. And we're like, all right, we got to get our team back in this game. And the whole time you're playing the D squad. Like, come on now. It's like our whole offense was Tom trying to throw it to Tyler Brate, Russell Gage, and then Leonard Fournette running his butt off as much as he could. So we're down. It's kind of like you were just talking about with the Chiefs. We were down, guys. Everyone knew it was going to be a hard game, but there are three. Man, if I remember correctly, there are 3 possessions where we have a first down, and our reserve wide receivers are running 5 yards after the catch and just doink, and they just get stripped. And it happened 2 or 3 times, and it was just like, all right, like this is just one of those games. And sure, everybody's gonna pat Rodgers on the back, but he didn't play that well. He got picked. He didn't their defense.
What was it, 13-12 or something?
14-12. 14-12. And
nobody played great.
It was just right. It was
like almost as bad as that Broncos game. But going back to the Bucks
Yes.
and the Chiefs.
Yes.
Wow, we have the first epic battle in the history of Woody and the Big Head. Woody's Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting my beloved Kansas City Chiefs. And I have a proposed bet.
What is your proposed bet?
All right. So this is also with John Allen Miller at Eat, Drink, Be Happy.
Oh, yeah.
So so winner,
Uh-huh.
wins.
Uh-huh.
Loser has to wear the opposing team's jersey on October 3rd's podcast and come up with a parody to sing live about the game.
Okay.
How about that for a bet?
That sounds pretty good. You're going to have to wear apparel. I've got a hat.
How I'm sure John's got a jersey I can wear.
John's got a jersey probably. I don't have a
I'll
number.
find one.
Yeah.
That's the bet. We good on the bet?
Yeah, that's
You heard it
I'm in
here
with that.
first.
I'm in with
Episode
that.
3.
Yeah.
Let's get into the undefeated teams on Super Overreaction Monday.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about the Miami Dolphins. Are they for real?
I think they are. I think that the problem is that they stepped in a big old pile of poo because Tua should not have gone back in the game by
Concussion or back injury?
bro.
Was it a concussion
bad.
or a back injury?
Right? It was a concussion. Yeah. Bro, he didn't even go to the tent. He went to the locker room.
Yeah.
Like he immediately went in. Like he was like stumbling real bad. So I don't know the consequences. Like I don't know what's gonna happen or what can happen. But the NFLPA is going after is looking into that for his concussion. But came back in the game, still played lights out, and beat a Bills team that was very depleted by injuries. They are not the team that had shown up a couple weeks prior. And overreaction Monday, right? Overreaction. The Bills just throttle a not very good Titans team. Let's be honest. We love the Titans, but they're not great right now. And I don't believe the Rams are very good either. So
I would say that just looking at the Dolphins, and I think they're awesome. I mean, Jalen Waddle, have fun stopping him. Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. Have fun stopping him. Chase Edmonds has done really well. I mean, he looked really good. So they got a bunch of guys that are great. Their defense, I mean, there's
studs.
You can name them off. I mean, there's a bunch of talent. I'm not gonna lie. I think with a healthy roster, the Bills are a better team.
Yeah.
But that's not the case right now. And
they lost
Dolphins,
Micah Hyde.
Yeah, Micah Hyde's gone for the season.
Ouch.
Apparently, Poyer, I don't know if he got hurt in the game yesterday or what happened, but Poyer's out. So, so they're taking some. Gabriel Davis is on my fantasy team. I've been having to figure out each week, like, is he going to play or not?
Right.
So they're having the injury struggles, but I think that the Bills in their composure, like with the right team and with all the starters, are a better team. But the Dolphins are showing that, like, okay, well, due to attrition, like, we might be better.
Right.
So I believe in the Dolphins. I think they're sick.
I think they're legit. I also think that there are not a lot of AFC teams that are gonna challenge them. You know, like it's
the Jags.
It's gonna be
mucho take it easy.
Mucho take it easy. Hey,
Chiefs over
No,
here.
obviously the Chiefs are, but they're like they don't have to worry about the Patriots.
No,
because they're head and shoulders above the Patriots.
Mac's about to miss some time.
I want to see in 10 weeks time. I want to see the Dolphins playing, the Chiefs playing the Ravens and seeing how that goes. And then, we'll obviously 10 weeks we'll know where the teams are at. But yeah, man.
So we're recording this on Mondays as planned right now, and on October 17th, Big Rob's going to be coming in here as a guest, Rob Snyder. And for him, you go, how about those Philadelphia Eagles?
Oh.
It's like,
no one likes us. No one likes us.
No one likes us. We don't care. Man, how about those Eagles 3-0? Who saw that coming? Raise your hand. Nobody raised their hand.
No.
I mean,
I'd like to wind it back. I did say
it?
that I thought that the Eagles would win the division, but that's all I'm saying.
Well, my Super Bowl pick for the beginning of the year before any game started was Eagles-Bills.
What?
Yep.
Wow. All right.
Well, I think hear me out on this.
That's cool.
Hear me out on this.
I'm in.
I think that the Eagles defense starting lineup, like you look at who's on the defense, and then you even look at the depth.
Bro.
I think that's one of the sickest defensive rosters I've ever seen. James Bradbury at corner, Darius Slay at corner. They got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson off the Saints.
Yeah, they did.
Bring him in.
You know where he played ball?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
a Gator,
remember.
baby.
Dude, they have so many, and then you got Jordan Davis, you got Nakobe Dean.
Fletcher Cox still there.
Fletcher Cox balled yesterday.
Yeah.
Javon Hargrave is fucking. I mean, who's not really good on that Eagles?
Yeah, man.
defense? So I've been looking at the defense alone, going, That is a fucking great defense. And then you put that with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. Who do you focus on? If you're the other defense,
Not even
feeling
talking
Titans.
about.
How you feeling Titans?
No,
who do you? But like as a defense, who do you focus on?
Yeah, bro.
And then there's Miles Sanders, who's got stupidly great vision. I know he's not the best back in the league, but man, his vision is awesome. Boston Scott makes
Still
big
a stud.
plays.
Still a stud.
And here's the deal: is that and that's kind of how it goes. But really, the story right now is Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
Is bad to the bone, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, he's playing his ass off.
I mean,
Jalen not hurt.
yeah,
in the team.
Hurts
Listen.
so good.
I watched 2017 Blake Bortles take our team to the AFC Championship. You don't have to be that great when everyone around you is fucking amazing.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer, baby. Trent Dilfer.
But I will say, though, Jalen Hurts has done better than the Dilfer team. He's done better than Blake Bortles on the Jags in 2017. He has been better than either one of those guys. So I'll give him credit for that. And I've been a big Jalen Hurts guy from the beginning because I like his poise and his just like how he's gone through so much shit and come
His
up the other side.
intangibles
Yeah.
are something you can roll with for sure.
For sure.
Last year there weren't a lot of people that were like, I'm a Jalen Hurts guy, because he was just adjusting. I think
Right.
that he's realizing that the narrative has stopped with people like athletic quarterbacks. So I think it seems to me like another thing, like we're talking about Trevor Lawrence. Maybe he's a little more comfortable in the system. Another year in, he's figuring it out. Maybe. We'll see.
Well, my argument has been if Bortles could make the AFC Championship and not be good with a great defense and a great pieces around him, and Trent Dilfer could make the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl with a great defense and not many pieces around him, Jalen Hurts is better than both those guys. So he definitely has the shot to go for the ring, even young as hell like he is and not experienced.
What you got, Big Head?
Well, everybody hurts sometime. That was a good reference back to your Jaguars.
Well done.
The goal is to tell people more about who we are and what we do, right? So we're all musicians and artists talking about sports, and that is the nature of the podcast. Troy and I have played a few hundred shows together, him as a drummer, me as a singer, and he also has his own music career as Troy Woods, so look up Troy Woods, download his stuff.
Yeah.
My name's Anthony Billups, Anthony long for Tony, and Billups like Bill works at UPS, or if you know sports, Chauncey Billups, same last name. I don't think we're related.
Billups.
But our guest today is Ryan Nelson. Ryan Nelson's one of my favorite songwriters and artists in town. We're going to go into the halftime break here with his song Bad Tattoo. Can't see his thigh today, but on his thigh, commitment to the game. You'll see it in this music video, Bad Tattoo by Ryan Nelson. Here you go. Now. And play now. By the way, if any beers are open, it's going to look like I did it, and I didn't do it.
You were standing there with that flower in your hair, thinking maybe we'd stay for a night. I gave you that smile that I saved for the times when I got other plans in mind. A week later, we were 6 days deep, like a dream we way overslept. With the sand on your thighs and that look in your eyes, thinking this was something we could have kept. From 3 days in the shade out on the Gulf Coast, seems like all we had was everything we wanted most. One too many turned to you, taking my hand and saying, baby, let's try something new. And I don't have you, but I still got this bad tattoo. From 3 days in the shade out on the Gulf Coast, seems like all we had was everything we wanted most. One too many turn to you, taking my hand and saying, baby, let's try something new. And I don't have you. I don't have you. Yeah, I don't have you. But I still got this bad tattoo.
Yeah, that's Ryan Nelson.
Oh man.
Still got that bad tattoo. And
I mean-
he also hasn't taken off his T-shirt since filming that video.
That's right. That's right.
I was ready for this year, baby. I was ready.
Oh yeah, we gotta. We'll be posting the proof that Mr. Ryan Nelson backed it up, and he does have, in fact, a bad tattoo on his thigh. We'll be posting that on the Woody and the Big Head Instagram and all that good stuff. So y'all make sure you check that out.
All right, we're learning as we go here. We are drinking beers, and these beers are brought to you by Little Harpeth. These are chicken scratch. They are hatched right here in Nashville. We're going to do a mild holler and swaller away from the mics. On the count of 3, raise them up, and on the count of 3, holler. 1, 2, 3, yeah! And swaller. There you go, live from Nashville.
Yummy.
All right, so we are musicians. Ryan, love the songs. Tell us something new. What's going on? You famous yet? Can we write a song? You get famous, and then we both get rich. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Of course. My mom thinks I'm famous.
Listen. Yeah. Right.
So does mine.
I'm in. I'm getting a third. That's all. I put a word in, get a third.
That's right.
Well, I love that song, Bad Tattoo.
Yeah.
I've been rocking it for sure. And then for those of you who heard the beginning, Show Up Drunk is my theme song. I think that many people say that song's going to outlive all of us.
Dude, that's a good song.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, all right. So we played this game a little bit, and let's talk about it here in real time. If you had to pick a football team with musicians, songwriters, people that we know in the music business, who you picking? Troy, you're first.
Well, man, I'm gonna go with a Jacksonville State alum. I'm gonna go Riley Green on the QB.
Hey, look, as for those of you who don't know, I paint murals, right?
Yeah.
I've been painting Riley Green into a mural, and kid's got some biceps.
Yeah.
The young feller, golly.
We played.
Does he skip leg day, or he built like a quarterback?
Dude.
He built like a guy that just did curls, man. The guy's swole.
Swole, huh?
He's swole, yeah. I'm trying to, I have no reference, so I'm trying to paint those biceps to look like it. But he looks like he could straight up play.
Yeah.
He's got to be one of the best throwers of the football in the songwriting scene.
Can he
Oh,
wing
dude.
it? He can
And
wing
artist
it?
scene. Oh, man.
Righty, lefty?
He's righty, right? Yeah, he's a righty guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he can
if
slap
Riley
the
if Riley's righty, there's a song in there somewhere.
Like he whooped the hell out of somebody.
What do you got? Spin the spud. We got whip the biscuit.
Yeah.
What do you got?
He can spin the spud.
Yeah.
What about Sam Hunt? Sam Hunt was a quarterback.
Sam Hunt was a quarterback at MTSU and UAB. I got a running back as well. Mr. Hubert Payne, drummer for Little Big Town. Also very going to a lot of locker rooms, talking to teams, doing some things in the sports world, not only in the music world but in the sports world as well. Shout out Hubert Payne, plays drums for me every once in a while. He could run it. He could run that thing.
Hell yeah! I got a guy. He's a outside of Jacksonville McClenny guy that I knew before I moved up. And we did a flag football league, and he was like, "I want to join." And I'm like, "Man, you do this, huh?" He's like, "Yeah, I played high school, but I dropped out of high school, but I played when I was there." And he's out from McClenny, and I mean, that's a bunch of rednecks and badass some bitches. So I was like, yeah, I'm sure he's pretty good. Dude, the guy was catching touchdowns, burning people when he's like 5'9", 5'10". Yeah. He's a little white Tyreek Hill out here, dude.
There you
Dude's
go.
fast. Dude is fast. I was like, bro, jacked, quick. I was like, Blair Hanks was tossing him the rock, dude, and he was catching everything. So Blair Hanks.
I'm going to give a shout out to my buddy Adam Craig. Adam and I dominated a Sunday afternoon football league for some time. And, he could catch it, and back then I could throw it. So here we are going into the third quarter of our little deal here. Let's talk about the butt punt. What do y'all think about that? Do you see that?
Butt punt. Yeah.
Is
I saw the college version of the butt punt a few weeks ago. Arizona did it. University of Arizona. But yeah. It's there's a couple
That was
different
Miami,
pictures.
right? That was
Miami. And it was a couple different pictures. At one point, it looked like he missed the ball and he just kicked the dude in front of him in the butt. And then at another angle, it's like, oh, okay, there's the ball hitting him in the butt.
Is that getting Mark Sanchez off the snide?
Oh, my God. I was about to mention
the butt
that.
fumble's worse because it went back for a TD.
The butt fumble, dude. That was one of the most iconic and embarrassing plays ever.
But the butt fumble wouldn't have happened if there wasn't a straight dog pushing that lineman back into the backfield.
So that's one person getting off the schneid for like the most embarrassing moment ever. Another one, Dan Orlovsky, who I love, man. I play quarterback. I was a quarterback. I love how he breaks it down, man. I think he knows what he's talking about, and I enjoy listening to him. But he's always had this cloud hanging over him of that time that he ran out of the back of the end zone, and then Jimmy G just Dan Orlovsky he posted, he's like, finally freedom.
Yeah, he's like
I felt like what's his name, Mel Gibson in Braveheart. He was like, freedom.
Bro, he can say all he wants. But Danny boy ran like
The whole
scrambled.
He was going for it.
Yeah. Jimmy
But
G
still,
stepped on it by accident.
it's just one of two. It's one of two now.
One of two.
Congratulations to Dan Orlovsky, man. I'm glad you got off the schneid.
Dan was running for his life of that play.
And Jared Allen's like just celebrating behind him for like a few seconds.
Just running beside him. Like,
But Dan was looking down at his, like, he had to know, and he was still trying to play the play.
oh yeah, yeah. He can be like, I feel free, but no, bro, you'll never live that one down, son. Also, like, I love his passion, but he is one of the goofiest guys to ever listen to on ESPN or any game. It's amazing.
Yes.
Let's touch on college football for those people out there following me, knowing I'm a Mizzou fan.
Oh,
Yowzers, that was terrible. Nobody cares. Worst play ever, though. You should go watch it. Mizzou's going in for the win. The tailback, running back, whatever you call him, as he's crossing the goal line, does the too early football drop. And we lose. Mizzou's just going to be bound for a while. How'd y'all's college team?
He's got to be the sickest man in America.
Uh,
So
wait, hold on. So go. Let's talk about it because you're a Florida guy.
Yeah.
Florida, Tennessee. Like it's like a 17, 18-point game
Yeah.
with like a couple minutes left. I was like, oh my God, this game's over.
Right.
I'm gonna go outside and throw the ball with the dog. And I come in and it's 38-33, and you guys are driving to like possibly what happened.
Right. So we went for two on like two different possessions after we scored touchdowns, and if we kicked field goals there, then we would have been able to line up and maybe tie the game with a field goal because of that happened. But here's the thing, and I hear it whether Tennessee's bad or they're good all year long. I hear from Tennessee and how this is different. This is different. This team actually is doing things. I like that Josh Heupel is doing the right. He's going about it the right way, and the Tennessee brass, they're letting him do it his way, and he's figured it out, and he's got his way of doing things, and that is great. With all that said, that team, with all the hype and all the things, 4-0 now, there's no way in hell that team should have, if they are who they think they are, let the Florida Gators back in that game. Which shows the proud Gator in me, the gumption and the hey, we're not going to quit, which you love to see. You love to see out of a team. If you're losing, you're down 17 points and you come back and you make it a game. That's cool. You see that those are the building blocks of a team that has been wrecked. year after year by bad coaches, and Tennessee knows that all too well as well. But man, cool. Knoxville on a Saturday afternoon in the fall is a cool atmosphere. But yeah, and I will say, here's my last point. I'm being long-winded here, but my last point is, with 17 seconds left, the cameras panning to all the fans of UT and seeing the fear in their eyes, knowing that in a minute we could come back. It didn't happen, but it was fun to watch their terror in their eyes.
Well, look, here's the deal. We have a lot of friends, obviously, UT folks. And so I feel good for them that UT, look, they've been so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, just like so up and down, but really down for so many years. So for their sakes, even though they talk way too much trash, even when they're terrible.
Terrible.
I hope that UT is going to have a good year. And I like Josh Heupel.
Right.
I liked him in college. He was the Mizzou guy there for a minute.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that as well. And we'll see. But, Florida, look, man, that's not an easy place to win. When you're playing at UT and they're good, or whatever the fans believe they're good, that looked hostile. It looked like it was going to be a tough play. And the fact that you had a puncher's chance there at the end, just down the field, you got to feel good about Florida. Who'd Florida State have?
If that game had been in Gainesville, it would have
been game over, baby.
Who'd Florida State have? How's Florida State
Florida
doing?
State played Boston College and beat the shit out of them, thank God. It was messed up because a year ago we lost, or was it it was last year, to Jacksonville State, which, God bless Riley Green. Okay.
Riley, was he playing quarterback? Did
Riley text you?
And he played?
Did Riley text you on that one?
No, I texted him out there and I was like, well, I guess. But
this is awkward.
To go from a year removed from that and losing that game, which was, I would say, a program low ever. I mean,
right.
literally the program low
Absolutely.
ever. To, the thing that was so annoying to me was we're losing to teams that we should be beating the hell out of, and we're sitting here losing. So, like, earlier in the season, I forget who it was we even played, like, really early on, and we took care of them. We beat them by 6 touchdowns. I was like, well, at least we're taking care of the teams we're supposed to take care of. So, Boston College, traditionally they have good running backs. They have decent defense. They usually put up a fight against Florida State. To see Florida State go in there and actually just take care of them, the teams we're supposed to take care of, is like, that's a step in the right direction. Norvell's a good coach. I like him already.
Right, showing elite athleticism, that you are Florida State, that you're supposed to be at that level.
Exactly, right. And that's been something that's missing since the Jimbo, when he left, and the Willie Taggart experiment was
no bowl game. Gee, wow,
that was the worst experiment in team history. Horrible thing. Whatever the Gulf Coast offense or shit he was calling was trash. Glad it's gone. And just seeing us beat teams we're supposed to beat up on is really, really, really good.
It's the building blocks, right?
Well, look, I'm going to tell, I've got a story I want to tell y'all that you might like. And it goes back to my first junior year of college. I was playing at Eastern Illinois University, playing baseball, and I was a quarterback in high school, so I'd throw the football every now and then. That's kind of like part of my keeping my arm in shape, and also doing something other than just throwing the baseball. So Eastern Illinois had it was in the winter, we're getting towards the winter, but it was like 45, so we're like, we can get out and throw. So I go out with my buddy Kirk Miller, and we're throwing the football, we're getting in shape, we're throwing the football, and we're having a good time or whatever. It's not snowy this day, but it's cold. And this guy walks out with another guy, and he's like, hey, man, do you mind if I throw the ball with y'all for a minute? While my buddy gets, puts his shoes on or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So me and this dude and Kirk, we're all throwing the football back and forth, just like you do, getting the arm loose. And, finally it was like, all right, my buddy's ready. All right, good to see you. Right. So we go back into the clubhouse, and we start like getting ready for practice. And our coach, he calls a special meeting. And so we're like, all right, whatever. So we go up and wait in this room where we're waiting for our coach to get ready. And we were in there like 20, 30 minutes. It's boring as all get out in college. You're just like, what is happening? Why are we waiting, for practice to start or whatever? And our coach comes out and he's like, hey, we have a special guest speaker today. Y'all give it up for, former EIU Panther Tony Romo. And the guy that I was playing catch with earlier comes walking in. I'm like, holy shit, that's the guy that I was playing catch with earlier. I didn't think anything of it. And he actually told this great story where he had just, he'd won the Walter Payton Award, I believe, the year before, which is kind of like the Heisman of the FCS or FBS, or I don't know what the hell it is anymore, right? 1A, I don't even know what it is anymore. And he's like, I'm the 4-string, quarterback for the Cowboys. And it was like, all right, whatever. So I told my dad the story. And then like a year later, my dad calls me out of the blue. And he's like, hey, man, guess what? Parcells just started this guy, Tony Romo, the guy that you played catch with. So I played catch with Tony Romo.
That's pretty.
Boom.
So look, man, and I want to give him his flowers because I think he might be the best analyst of all time. I love him, man.
He's so good.
He's so good, and he had to call that crap-ass loss for my Chiefs this weekend. It reminded me of the story, so shout out Tony Romo.
I want him to coach, man.
He threw a tight spiral. That's all. When we were playing catch, I was like, all right, this guy throws a good spiral. I didn't know. I thought maybe he played for the team,
Right.
We were young people there. Speaking of being young people, yesterday in my game notes, I had this note that says, Matt Ryan is younger than me? Matt Ryan's only 37? I'm 39? Oh, no, man. I am so old. I'm so old.
There's a replay of him. I guess maybe it was against the Jags, and he like 3 Jags are coming around. Like he steps up in the pocket, right, and it's just closing in on him, and like he just goes down, and people are like, no one touched this guy. He just jumped on the ground. There's some bad memes and gifs and stuff.
It was definitely against the Jags.
That play, it was hilarious. It was like, okay, he just saw the light or no light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, it was. Oh, Matty Ice.
There's also. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say to your point about the Tony Romo being a great analyst, and he is. I love hearing him call games. Yeah. But even though it might be an unpopular opinion now, okay, I grew up Monday nights John Gruden, and I loved hearing John Gruden call games. And now that he's like the super villain of the NFL and he'll never get to call a game again, Tony Romo is clearly the top.
He was great.
But, man, I really loved John Gruden. I learned so much about football from watching John Gruden break plays down on the spot, just like Romo does. And I feel like Romo is almost this like extension or like modern day version of what I was watching growing up with John Gruden. Tony Romo is doing that for this whole new generation of kids that,
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Like, I think Romo is saying the things that Gruden wouldn't say, though, because Romo's coming from a player's perspective, whereas John Gruden, like, he might pin it on a player, but like it's something. There's something about Romo, how it's like it's interactive. It's like he's playing the game and he's like, oh, here they go. This back needs to get this protection. Like he's so good at it. And then Jim Nance is crazy. I love him. Well, I feel like how amazing would it be to like party with Jim Nance and just if he's just an animal, like he's just a crazy party guy. It'd be so funny. He's like, let's get drunk, friends.
Hey, I bet Collinsworth gets down. Definitely his kid.
Collinsworth gets down. You've heard that interview of him talking about.
He's a Gator. He gets down. Yeah.
Hey, his kid in there. His kid's been doing the productions with him.
Like sideline stuff, yeah.
Yo, his kid gets down for sure, bro.
Collinsworth's one of my least favorite as far as just the stuff that he says, but I'm sure I would like to party with him and would never say that to his face. But all right, so let's start tying this thing up. Tonight we have Monday Night Football.
Ooh.
Who you got? Well, it's Giants and the Cowboys, right? Cowboys got to win.
Man, I'm thinking
Giants are going to prove that maybe they're not that good.
I've been thinking about this all day long, and they're
weird thing.
Yeah, weird thing. But I was like, I was like, well, earlier today I was thinking about it. I'm like, what's going to happen? I'm like, oh, the Giants aren't good. I was like, but Saquon's back. And I think that the Giants do just enough to win this game. And Cowboy Nation just, falls to pieces because, and the whole time I was like, oh, that's what I think. And then I was like, what about Cooper Rush? We don't know if he's going to, but I
Pooper Rush.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's an unfortunate name.
Sorry, bud.
Sorry, Poop.
But, yeah. I don't know, man. What do you guys think?
So here's my thing, okay? I have a fantasy league with my family, and then I have a fantasy league with my friends.
Got a family league with his fantasy.
So I got a family league with my fantasy. I got a really no. So
Anyways.
my family league though, I got all my guys have played. I really needed Javonte Williams to do something for me last night. Barely did shit, but it's whatever. I'm leading currently by 8 points, and my cousin Steve has CeeDee Lamb. And I just need CeeDee Lamb to not get 8 points.
He's going to get 8 points.
I know. I hate him. Just not 8. Get 7.5.
Can we talk about how
What's your fantasy team name?
The Cracksonville Swagward.
it's pretty good?
I was Go to Kelsey. But before that I was Fremunda Chiefs. But I'm changing it. And then and now I'm Forgot About Ramondre.
Yeah.
Team. Forgot About Ramondre team. So then when I spell it out in letters, it's just fart.
Oh, my God.
Forgot About Ramondre.
The farts.
It's about to be Green Acres.
Oh, man.
I'm on it. Still doesn't beat my favorite one of all time. Somewhere Over Dwayne Bowe.
Oh, it's the best one ever. That's so good.
That is
It
good.
makes me miss Dwayne Bowe.
Yeah. What's Dwayne Bowe doing right now?
I don't know. I'm probably playing fantasy football.
Probably.
All right, yo. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Catch us, Woody and the Big Head. We're definitely on Instagram. That is at Woody_Bighead. I'm pretty sure we're on Spotify, Apple, and Google, and all these things. It's like, it's a lot of trying to get things to upload, and we're doing our best here. It's just show 3. If you guys like us and subscribe to us and share us and stuff, we will keep doing this.
Jags win, baby. Jags win.
Yeah, this week we had a really great giveaway. We want to thank Tom. I'll post on the Instagram or whatever he got to go. We want to thank Two Rivers Ford. When it rains, I still make it through, even though it poured. Thanks to my Two Rivers Ford. We want to thank Two Rivers Ford. We want to thank Little Harpeth, most notably Chicken Scratch, our sponsors.
Right.
Hey, I play a great show even when I forget my chord. Thanks to Two Rivers Ford.
Yeah, there you go. Right. That was a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
I drove Ryan Nelson back because he was too drunk, and the whole time he snored in my Two Rivers Ford.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks to Two Rivers Ford, Troy Woods, a.k.a. Woody, at I am Troy Woods.
Yep.
On Instagram, Ryan Nelson, at It's Ryan Nelson on Instagram. Look up both their songs. My name is Anthony Billups, at Anthony Billups. For these cases, we are Woody and the Big Head on Instagram, at Woody_Bighead on streaming platforms in which Billups successfully uploaded. Woody and the Big Head. We're going to take you out with Mr. Ryan Nelson. He is a two-trick pony, and by God, here's a song of proof about it.
Just 2.
Let's get it.
This
in.
is Ryan Nelson. If I turn up the volume and press the button right. Let's just go ahead and start that over. No big deal. Nothing to see here, folks. Have a good time.
Let's go.
Mug's wearing a suit. What were you drawing pictures of there?
Nothing.
I ain't never been to understand. One place for too long.
Wait till the golf shots.
I ain't never been the best
I've seen
at
it.
that. I love you to a girl I love. Only got a couple tricks up my sleeve. They usually just make 'em leave. So if you know me, if you really know me, you know I'm just a two-trick pony. It may be the drink and the lack of money for show. I'm just a two-trick pony. Yeah. I'm a fan of misbehaving. Had my own run-ins with the law. I ain't never been the best at playing, but I've been known to write some songs. Only got a couple tricks up my sleeve. They usually just make me leave. So if you know me, if you really know me, you know I'm just a two-trick pony. It may be the drink and the lack of money for show. I'm just a two-trick pony.
That swing, though.
Terrible.
Only got a couple tricks up my sleeve, and it seems like they're following me. I wish I could do better and had it all together, but some things are meant to be. If you know me, if you really know me, you know I'm just a two-trick pony. If you know me, if you really know me, you know I'm just a two-trick pony. It may be the drink and the lack of money for show. I'm just a two-trick pony. I'm just a two-trick pony.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for Troy Woods,
Yo.
Ryan Nelson, Anthony Billups. We are Woody and the Big Head. Thank y'all.
We out.
Drive safe.
Ready to start eating healthier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kachava is
Ready to start
health-
eating
all-
healthier? Yes.
a complete meal
That's fucking great.
going for